Everything is cool. You know, it takes some time. That's exactly what I have to do, is take my time, heal properly, and, I'll be back on the court.
And you came in pretty much at the same time as Big Fish into this league. You played against him, you know his quality. And I think he's going to help you a lot in the clubhouse and in the court.
Yeah, I mean, he's a quarterback. Big Fish is a quarterback. If you need one of those, especially I know the offense, he's comfortable with the offense. So there's no learning process with him. From playing against him, I know what to expect. He's hard as nails. Definitely has heart. Doesn't mind taking a big shot. He's defensive minded. So I'm just looking forward to getting out there and playing some backcourt minutes.
And lastly, besides getting 100% fit, what's the biggest individual goal you have in the season?
I would like to be an all-star. Definitely going to work towards it. To advance in the playoffs. It's important for all of us, if we want to keep this team together.
Thanks very much.
And ultimately stay healthy, I imagine.
That's part of it.
You were heading toward an all-star team. A lot of people thought before you got hurt last year.
Yeah, it kind of happens. It's like in sports, man. You know what I'm saying? You can be in shape, like Kwame, is probably the best body in the NBA. He can get hurt. It's not like he's out of shape or we're out of shape. Sometimes it just happens. Luke works really hard, and he was bit by the injury bug, as well as myself. So it happens, and we just have to get over it and move forward. I'm really focused on this year, and hopefully I can have the best year of my life, or basketball or something.
Kobe said he had a chance to talk to you, I guess, before you guys met here at Media Day, but is there anything that needs to be said, Kobe, to the other guys on the team as far as mending fences, hurt feelings, anything like that?
Nope. We're all professionals. We're going to go out and play basketball the best way we know how, and try to win as many games as possible. Personal emotions are exactly what they are, personal. So I don't think so.
Do you think this team has what it takes to maybe make that next step? And Kobe talked about getting out of the first round.
I mean, I think so. We were hurt and beat up last year, and we still made it to the playoffs. We were 23-10 before I got hurt. So I think if we stay healthy, we'll be all right. No problem.
The offseason for you was needed just to sort of recharge for everything that you've been coming in this season.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was for me, off season. I took time off, from everything. Try to spend time with my family, focus on being a father, to me, which is the most important thing in the world for basketball. So, I got time to do that and focus, and, my kids live in New York. So it's not easy for me to be away for 6 months. So, of course, I look forward to this, but, there's always a little void that's there that basketball can't fulfill. But I also have a job to do.
So in a lot of ways, though, you really need these off-seasons.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I have a 6-year-old son that asks about his brother every day. You know what I'm saying? So, I definitely don't mind taking the time away from basketball and the politics of the game, you would say, and just being home with my family.
And how important is that to get away from recharge your batteries and take us through that?
Well, for me, it's very important. I've been through a lot for a young man. I'm only 27, but I would basically say I've seen a lot. Some would say I've been through it all. But hopefully the best is yet to come, on and off the court for myself.
Lamar, all your teammates just told me you're the funniest guy in the team. Why?
Because I'm always Lamar.
Which means what?
I like to keep my guys loose. Camaraderie is very important to me. Only child. But these dudes are they're my brothers. And, with some of them, the guys that have been here since I've been here, we become family. It's important to me, to keep good energy in the locker room because it's something sometimes becomes redundant. You do the same thing over and over and over and over and over. So to be loose.
What's the first thing you say when you get? What's the first thing you say when you get in the locker room?
I can't tell you.
They told me you have nicknames for that.
Yeah, for everybody. Nah, I can't tell you. A lot of because that's locker room stuff. Man. No offense, but a lot of the things that go on in the locker room supposed to stay in the locker room. I think that's probably why they trust me as well. It's important for me. You just made me feel good because it's important for me for them to look at me like that. Oh, it's a design that my barber had put in my head. Hey, he told me I was going to have an all-star season this year.
That's like from the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Yeah, he told me I was going to have an all-star season this year. So I was real close to having one last year, then I got bit by the injury bug. He told me I was going to have an all-star season this year, so he put a star on my head. Put two of them.
Are you going to keep that?
Yeah, this is going to be my look. I was thinking about getting a tattoo on my head, but then TJ would probably call me crazy. So I was thinking about getting a tattoo on my head. I said, nah, yeah, I'll cry. I might not.
Is your barber an expert in basketball?
No, not at all. But I think he was telling the truth.
Is it tough maintaining a star? I mean, how do you go about keeping that?
Well, my hair basically kind of grows. It doesn't grow the way I wanted to, but I get a haircut in like every 2 or 3 days. I gotta keep my look up. You know what I'm saying? We're in LA, so I gotta stay sharp. I don't think it'd be hard to maintain it. I'm bringing them to Hawaii just so I can kind of maintain it.
How hard would it be for me to do something like that?
Easy. It'd be easy. You can do it. I can do it. You got hair that grows on the
I
side.
think I'm gonna have a good season writing.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. But
who's your guy?
Where do you go?
Oh, definitely hook you up.
Where do you go? Where do you go from here?
Oh, he comes.
He comes.
Yeah, I'm spoiled.
Do I need a Jewish star?
Yeah, I can hook you up.